Do 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 do. No, we've done that so many times. Welcome back to the Small Town Jakes podcast. This is Jake Carruthers here with my co-host
Jake Wilson.
And we are so glad that you guys are back listening. This episode is going to be about games.
Games.
All the games. But mostly like board games and stuff like that. Because I don't know about you, but I'm a big fan of playing like board games. Like we grew up in a generation where there actually was that stuff. Everything wasn't digital and all on your phone and everything like that. I mean, yes, we had like Nintendo and Super Nintendo and N64 and stuff. We had the generation that like had video games created and stuff. But at the same time, like we still, I don't know about you, but like I fell into like I played a lot of
board games. Stuff. Oh man. Start with Monopoly. I mean, that was one of the biggest ones I remember because I was like, I gotta win this game. And
which one did you pick? I always picked the Tiny Dog.
Tiny Dog.
Tiny Dog or Top Hat.
Mine was the little race car.
Oh yeah,
that little guy.
Yeah. I was either Scotty Dog or Top Hat.
Scotty Dog or Top Hat.
Yeah.
Good choices. Very sophisticated.
Yes, very sophisticated.
Was your name Wellington?
Yes, it was Jake Wellington the third.
It's always the third.
The third, yes. Yeah, I remember playing.
Does it never get to the
Monopoly.
fourth? The fifth.
No, they changed the name after the third. But
it's like King of England, the 13th. I'm the most important king.
Yeah. Are you really? Yeah. No, I used to play, Monopoly a lot with the fam and stuff. Sorry, I love playing Sorry. Sorry was one of my favorite games, and it sparked vengeance and anger throughout anybody who played it. It was, I remember like playing it with my siblings.
I didn't play it very
and it was
much
like,
as a kid, so I don't quite remember it.
Knocked you out, and that's my fourth person back into home, and I win. It's like that would carry on for weeks, like they would hold on to that.
You could
they would hold on to that grudge. Yes,
back.
It was like you could knock them off, and they'd have to go all the way back to start.
Go back. Oh, okay. So it was like one of those.
I
just knocked you off the ledge. Bye.
Sorry. Yeah, and then you could be a dick about it and like knock their pawn like off the table. Be like, "Oops, sorry."
Sorry.
Get it? Because of the name of the game. Oops, sorry. Yeah.
Was it called Oops Sorry or just Sorry?
It was called Sorry, but you'd say Oops Sorry. No, that was
I liked Connect 4 was a big one. We play that like rainy days in elementary school. Like you'd stay inside.
See, I remember. Yeah, I was gonna say like I remember from like elementary school. Like on like rainy days when you had to be inside.
In the sitting in the
library. Did
you
go to Fairview?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did too. We were probably in the same class.
I stayed away from most of the people named Jake. I knew another Jake, but it wasn't. It was Jake DeBray. I didn't know unless your name was DeBray back in the day.
Well, I changed my name every 3 years, so.
Well.
I don't know why the fuck I got this tattoo that says Carruthers on my arm.
Okay. But that's weird that
I remember being out at Fairview and playing Connect 4.
They had like tons of Connect 4. Did they
had Battleship.
That's what I was going to say was the other one, Battleship.
Was the other one. Yeah.
And
I think that was the only 2 games that they had.
We got bulk discount on Connect 4 and Battleship. We can't play
reason,
Sorry anymore.
We only
because
have one
of kids
each.
Getting fights.
Exactly. Yeah. No, Sorry brings up anger in people.
Do you ever play
There's like a famous Jeremy Martin bit where he says he was like, I think all board games should be called Which One of My Friends is a Competitive Asshole. Tonight we played Steve. Because that's what it is. Like, you find out, like, the competitiveness in people when you start playing a board game.
Yes.
Which I'm always cool with. Like, I'm fine with losing. You know, I want to win, of course.
Of course, we all try
but
to
like
win,
I'm a very
You try to-
I'm a
you try to
good
be a
I'm a good
gracious loser,
I'm a good
you know,
loser.
like-
and then I can be like, "Pff, I'm out now, so I'm gonna go fucking
Yeah, you loser.
have beer and smoke a bowl. Fuck you guys. Fucking winners. You fucking deal with that shit.
It's like I didn't even like this game.
I didn't
Anyways.
fucking look at this game anyways, guys.
This just made me play. It wasn't even fun.
But no, I played like a lot of poker and stuff too.
Some card games for me. It's like Go
lot.
Fish, War, Earth, Egyptian Rat Fuck. Do you remember that one?
No,
I don't remember it either. I just remember the name.
I've never played Egyptian rat fuck, but we will definitely look that up on
Yeah.
Google, as you guys are probably all looking that up right now. Egyptian rat fuck. Is he fucking with us right now? I'm not sure if he's fucking with me.
I think
so-
it was like a high-speed game where you're putting on stuff and you got to slap. I'm not sure.
Okay.
To slap down on the
Sounds like
cards.
it's a great name though.
Sounds
Sounds
what
like,
was some of the
sounds like
basics
a really
one?
good name for like a punk rock band too.
Egyptian Rat Fuck.
Yeah. Coming up next to the stage, it's a Egyptian rat fuck.
Hey, all you Egyptian
Yeah,
rat fuckers
fan.
out there! I know you've been following.
You're about to get Egyptian rat fucked.
Here's a song from our new album. Fucking the Nile is not that deep. My ankles are still dry. God damn it! I thought the Nile was gonna be a river.
Horrible band. So please don't look them up because they're not
They
real.
were great back in the day. I don't know what you're talking about. It's like,
But no, I
They
used to
were-
play a lot of poker with my friends. Like, we used to do poker night like once a month for years and years and years, and then that kind of died off. And I'd love to get like the poker crew back together, like do it again,
and
but
fight
like,
over each other's money.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, we it's like a small amount of money we play with. It just kind of sitting around having fun, drinking
Yeah.
beers with people, and it's like you go into it. It's like you're gonna be sitting there for 6 hours, and like
That's
we always
what I
make
never
dinner,
realized
we,
when
make
like
a
I got
dinner
invited
break
to
and-
poker games.
Yeah, it's
I
not
was like,
it's
they're
not
like, it's just
du-
like a $10 buy-in or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that sounds cool. And
it's
we're all
gonna
sitting
be
there,
6 hours,
and
yeah.
I'm like, my $10 is gone pretty quickly, and I'm like, oh man, and it's like, okay, so
You can buy back in.
so now everybody else, yeah, you can buy back in. Really?
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't bring more money. They're like, oh okay.
oh well,
And
that's
then like
your fuck
hours
up.
later, I'm just like, this game sucks. I should. Wish I
We
had
used to
more
do,
money to put in on this.
We used to do these huge games with like 12 people, and you could just do like unlimited buybacks. You just keep on buying back in all you want, and just keep on going. End up being these like huge stakes, like at the end when it'd be like 4 o'clock in the morning, and there'd be like 2 dudes left, and they each got like $300 or whatever. But Phil was reminding me of this the other day. I used to get those Torino's pizzas.
Oh yeah.
Back
Totino's?
Totino's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They're like
Yeah.
a buck.
Yeah. Well, nowadays they're like $4.50.
I think they went under. You can't find them anymore.
No, you can find
Those
them. I had one the other day.
really? Okay. All right.
No, I mean, yes, shame on me, but yeah, I did. But they're like $3.50, but they used to be like 75 cents. And this was 15 years ago or whatever. And I'd buy those, and I'd buy like 10 of them. And we'd be like playing poker, and like I'd lose my money, and then I'd come back and I'd like cook like 3 of them at a time. And then I'd be like $1 a slice. $1 a slice, and you just cut it into like 6 pieces or whatever. And motherfuckers were just drunk and, you know, playing poker for hours, and they're like, oh my God, for just a
buck, I can have some sustenance.
yeah, here's $6. Give me one of those little pizzas. And I'd be like, $6. All right, cool.
Oh,
Anybody else want one? All right, cool. All right, okay.
back in,
now I'm back.
bitches.
I'm back in. Yeah, I'm back in. And I still have a bunch more pizzas in the freezer.
Such a businessman.
Yeah. No, I can fucking sell reading glasses to a blind man. So
Have you ever tried being like thinking about being like a car salesman or a salesman of like anything?
oh no, because I'm too good. I'm just fucking
I'm just too good. I'd be too good for the game.
It. Yeah,
I would.
kill it at any salesman position.
Yeah,
for
people
sure.
would buy so much that they would go like bankrupt and
Yeah,
it would ruin people's lives.
I would
honestly,
feel bad. Yeah, exactly. Oh, he was way too suave, and he convinced me of way too much. All right,
I bought an excavator. I was gonna buy a car.
I came in for a
I spent
fucking lawnmower,
$400,000.
and he sold me an excavator.
Oh, cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
If you didn't know, this podcast, we always have a beer on hand.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, you should
Now
too.
that we're like 15 minutes in, do you want to explain the podcast? This is a podcast
Yeah,
where two
this is-
Jakes sit around some beers. I think
I
is
want
what you
to
originally
talk
said
about
in
it.
the
Okay,
very first
stop cutting me
episode.
off. This is it's about two Jakes. They're funny, entertaining stories. It's called Small Town Jakes. It stars firstly Jake
Carruthers.
Wilson,
No, it's,
and then secondly Tom Hanks.
yeah, but he's never here.
Don't mention that because it really hurts. No. Wait,
Yeah.
where were we? Oh, we were talking about card games. I
Card
remember when I was young and doing poker, my first introductions to poker and everything was we would do penny, nickel, dime, or nickel, dime, quarter.
I love change games. Basically, no pennies, but like
Yeah.
nickel, dime, quarter.
Nickel, dime, quarter is the way to go.
I remember back when people actually wouldn't change meant something.
I still hold on to it like it means
We would do a
something.
thing every month where everybody got their change together at the end of the month, and we'd have these.
But at family reunions, we would like us as kids, like me and my cousins,
Yeah,
like our dads and stuff would like set us up with $5 in change, and all of us would be like playing poker. We'd play a 5-card draw, and that was really fun. That was a good time because it was all positive money, and it was like felt kind of cool, like chipping coins into a pile and being
you
like,
know what? I'll call for a nickel.
nickel. I'll see that nickel and I'll raise you another
It's
nickel.
like $5 a gallon for gas now.
And then the parents
Do
are
you
like
remember
kind of
when a nickel
hovering over their
mattered?
children, and they're like, "No, you shouldn't do that. You should probably check.
Check. He's gonna check all in. No, he's gonna check. Bring it back. Bring it back. He's not
Like,
all in.
okay,
He's
you're
gonna
gonna-
check.
He's got to learn sometime.
You gotta.
All right,
pay,
he's
you
gonna.
gotta- you got a pair of deuces. Stay away. Yeah. Yeah. When I played poker, we had probably we had 6 or 7 different games that we used to play. 5-card stud, Omaha, Texas Hold'em. There's just a 7-card no peak. There we just had so many different games, but like everybody that we played with, they knew all the games and stuff. So it's like some of the games, 7-card no peak, that fucking shit can go for 20 minutes on one hand.
Yeah.
And like go up to a lot of money and stuff. So, but yeah, I think we're probably about the point where we're gonna take a break pretty soon. What we at?
Right. 14 minutes.
All right. Well, in 1 minute we will take a break. But yeah, then
okay.
we can go into some drinking games and stuff. Or no, actually,
I still got.
No.
There's like tons of card games. I played the 7-card draw, but Uno. You ever play that
yes.
much?
Oh yes, I played Uno.
That's fun to get together with friends and actually play it. We should actually
That's
get together.
that's
and,
another
do
game
it.
like Sorry that like you can really piss somebody off.
Like, oh
And
man,
be like, actually,
reverse,
no,
skip, draw
skip,
4.
boom, and Uno, and the last one I'm out.
That's always the best move. You just like when you have like a a set of like 5 cards, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna reverse the direction. I'm gonna skip you. Like you just like lay it all out there for everybody.
It's also one of those games where people will hate you.
God damn it! Well, you can't. You got to be a good winner too, as well as a good loser.
Yeah.
I think there was a study about like how family games like this like actually help like help with temperament and like
citing the monarchy and the pecking order in the family.
No, and being able to deal with losing and winning.
I don't care if you're
like
my
gracefully.
older brother.
Like those are actually like important life.
Yeah,
lessons.
you need to learn how to lose.
Yeah,
Lots of people never
lose a lot.
Yeah, shit doesn't get easier. You just keep on losing, and it's better if you learn to lose early on in life, like we both did, because we're big losers.
Jesus.
Thank you for listening to our podcast.
Oh my god.
No, we're fucking winners. Cheers to that. Saddest thing I've ever said. But yeah,
So Settlers of Catan, have you played that board game?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of fun. It's a card
else?
game. There's a board, and it's kind of like Risk, where you're like trying to take over area.
Okay. Yeah, I played Risk.
Yeah, which is that was a game that was like, it was like 14 plus only. I was like, really?
What? Yeah. Is there sexual content in this game? If I roll,
Because we're trying to take over the world.
Well, you rolled a 6 and a 9, so. Ew. Yeah.
And then you'd barter. You'd barter also with people. You're like, I want to trade this card for this card. You could like do that and be like, I've got these many resources, and boom.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we actually have a quick message that you can listen to, and we'll be right back.
This episode has been brought to you by Good High Fives Between Friends.
Hey!
Yes!
Good man. Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm going to crack another beer, and we are up here for round 2, and we're going to talk about some yard games or beer games.
Or well, okay, yeah.
You play any beer games back in the day?
I have played a beer game or two. Some of my favorites. I used to play Flip Cup. It's very good.
Flip Cup. Okay, so that's the one where you line up with friends, right?
You chug your beer down, and then you flip the cup.
And then you put the cup on the table upside down.
On the edge.
And then on the edge, you flip it up, and it has to land right side up, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, and then it's like a relay race.
And then once you do that, the next person chugs their beer, flips it, and until the next person can't go until it's like 3 to 10 people in line or whatever.
And then you can always add that on to like, and then you have to go run over here and like put your forehead on this bat and spin around in a circle.
Oh, for the last person?
Yeah, for the last person. Or do something fun like that. You got to ring the bell. Or, you know, that's the winner, the winning team.
We were never that fancy, but yeah.
Anything you can do in a garage. Like, it's always like...
or it's
like
a
piece of plywood on top of sawhorses in a garage.
Exactly. It's always in a garage or right outside a garage. And that's the only places that I've ever played beer pong.
Beer pong is another one.
Flip Cup.
But Flip Cup, yeah.
Beer pong.
That's a great segue into another one.
Beer pong, I was very good at. I was all right. But I mean,
let me ask you a
my name will speak
question.
for itself. People know the legend, so I don't need to go into it too much.
So beer pong, you have to throw a ping pong into
ping pong ball into a
solo cups. Typically solo cups that are filled with beer in one version of it and filled with water in another version.
I was water. I mean, start out with beer, and you have to but
That is the grossest
thing ever. Oh my god, that
Jinx,
dirty
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You owe me a Coke. Oh yes, I'm gonna have a Coke and rum drink.
No, I'm not supposed to be able, no, I'm not supposed to be able to talk until I buy you that. So we can't really do that for the podcast because that's how Jinx work. You can't talk until somebody
until you fulfill that wish.
Yes. Yeah, no. So we can't do that.
That's messed up.
Somebody needs to put on the comments.
Well,
yeah,
you still owe me a Coke.
That's how Jinx work. Okay, I owe you a Coke. You can't jinx me on the podcast or else nobody would be able
to finish the so podcast. If you use beer in the cups and you're supposed to chug whatever cup that the ping pong ball lands in,
falls on the floor
and gets pet hair and dander,
so many bad stuff. So I always used water and then just had a beer next to it or a drink next to, like, if you make it, then I will chug my drink.
Right.
A little bit.
Chug your drink right now.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Is that like Presidents and Assholes? Isn't that one where you can like tell whoever to drink?
Yes. That's another game, yeah. P&A. Presidents and Assholes. That was another card game that I don't remember all the rules
Me neither. I remember playing it back in the day. It's like
I remember playing it so much, and there was so many rules to it. And then you could make rules if you were president. And then there was a president who won, and then there was the asshole who usually had to wear some kind of weird hat. Usually it was like the beer box or whatever they had to wear, like as the dunce hat.
Nice.
Or whatever. And the president got to make a rule. And then asshole, anybody who was above the asshole could make the asshole drink whenever they felt like it.
You're gonna drink.
You could just be like, nope, drink. But
be like, okay.
You don't know the next round in the game, the asshole might become the president. And then he can sit there and just be like, drink.
He can get his revenge.
Drink.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm drinking. I'm drinking.
Yeah.
I'm like sloshed now. Yeah. Thank you very much.
And I don't remember all the rules. There was a lot.
What rule did you come up with for that game?
So my rule always was like,
I know what my rule was.
You had to speak in a German accent for the rest of the game. until somebody was able to change the rule.
Somebody please change the rules. I can't speak in a German accent very well.
Not bad. This whole time. Yeah, so that was kind of my rule was, or like
mine was you would anybody who takes a drink has to raise their pinky in the air,
and if you don't raise your pinky, you have to take another drink. Yeah. Oh.
and yeah, so
and then you have to speak in a French accent.
I gotta do the pinky. I didn't see that pinky raised.
Yeah, or I do like another, just zip some random fucking accent, like, and everybody would love it, and they just laugh the whole time, and then you kind of go into your regular voice, and you'd be like, "You're supposed to be speaking in a boxing accent."
Oh, damn it, Jake. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I have no reference.
Down there by the water. Oh, that's Philly. I'm way off now.
Are we talking about like Matt Damon and
anything Matt Damon's ever done in the early 90s? Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about. But right. Yeah, no, that was one thing. And like, also like, I don't remember the rules, but I knew that it was like in the house that me and Phil used to have when we were like 18, 19, we rented this house. It was just a total party house. And we had up on the walls, like we had this piece of paper like pinned up on the wall. And after you...
Gross. Sorry, go ahead.
After you won 5 rounds of Presidents and Assholes in the house, 5 consecutive rounds in a row, you got to make a house rule that stuck forever. I can't remember what the rules were right now. I think one of them was pinky up.
Pinky up whenever you drink at this
Whenever you
goddamn
drink at
house.
this goddamn house. And it was really funny because like me and Phil both lived there, and neither of us were able to ever win 5 consecutive rounds.
Couldn't make a
Of
rule
the
in our own
game, and
house.
we never made rules in our house, and it was like I think there was 3 people that made rules. Just like some dude that we had never met who just showed up for a party and just killed it, and he just like went up there and like wrote a rule.
It's like, bam. Now you guys gotta live like this.
I mean, that was when we were 19. That was a long time ago. I can't remember
Yeah.
what the rules were.
And then there was another one, King's Cup.
yeah, King's Cup, and there was a lot of different things to that one, but yeah, it was basically
But yeah. So
took the 54 cards, you put them around a beer, and you slid them underneath the tab. And the last card that slid under that popped the tab, that person lost, and they had to drink the beer.
yeah, and then there was things associated with each card. So when you drew a card,
And I can't remember any of them.
me neither,
some of
other
them,
than like
yeah.
5, which
Five
was
was
I
one.
have never, right?
5. Yeah, 5 was I never.
And then
7 was heaven. You have to raise your hand and your beer up
like
to the top of your
okay,
hands.
Okay.
So it's like above it. Okay.
Just when that's all you
Yeah.
had to do?
yeah, and then 10 was waterfalls.
What? Oh, waterfalls. Everybody drinks.
Well, it's
Some
one
person
person starts it out,
starts.
and once they stop drinking,
Then the
the
next person
can stop drinking, and the next person can stop drinking when the next person stopped. And there was always that dick at the end who was like, if you were the last person, who was just like,
just pretending.
it's like
how
you
to
aren't even
drink.
drinking,
You're not
are
even
you?
Drinking.
It's like, God damn it,
You can't do that. I ran out of my beer. I'm sorry.
6 is for dicks. All the guys had to drink.
Okay.
4s is for whores. The ladies. I mean, I didn't make these rules. These are older. This is just what I remember.
Can we make another one for fours? Fours for are very
Classy. Ladyists. No, no, that's just
well.
that's how King's Cup went. Okay.
Yeah, it is. It is. Just so y'all know.
Yeah. Yeah. Flip Cup, King's Cup, P&A.
Did you ever play that game where it's like the ring on a string, and you have to swing it over to a hook, and it's got a hook onto the thing?
No.
Oh, that's a good one. They make tabletop versions where as soon as you swing the ring and it gets on a hook, you take a shot and you push it onto a spot closer to your opponent. So if you can get like 4 in a row.
Oh shit! I've seen that online.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a tabletop version. But there's versions that people will just put a hook on their wall. They'll hang a string with a ring on it, and you stand far away, and you just try to
And every time you make it, it gets closer to the other person to have them take a shot.
shot or drink. Yeah.
I like it. Let's see. Also around that age, we used to have this game, and I can't fucking remember. I know my friends who listen to it are gonna be like, "Dude, this is how you fucking play the game."
Please comment and complete what we can't.
Yeah. So it was this game. It was called like the Innuendo game, and basically from what I can remember, I played it multiple times. I don't know why the fuck I can't remember it right now. And I tried to get a hold of my friend, and I can't get a hold of him to figure it out. But yeah, the Innuendo game. Basically, it's just the game is played where you just have a big group of people and you're sitting around just hanging out.
Yeah.
The Innuendo game is the next person who's like it or whatever can't talk until they speak in innuendo.
Okay, so kind of like goes around the circle.
Sexual innuendo.
So it's like,
Innuendo.
oh, yeah.
And now I would be done, and it would go on to the next person.
Where I might say something like,
Anything, just say anything. You're
like
giving me nothing right now.
innuendo. Okay,
You're
like,
giving me nothing right now.
I don't.
Okay, all right. Okay, we've moved on. All
Okay,
right,
wonderful,
all right,
wonderful.
Okay,
Thank you,
sexual
God.
innuendo.
Like-
Okay, yeah. So, yeah. I mean, we don't have anything to go off of right now, but just imagine sitting around with a big group of people
And not wanting to play spin the bottle. We need something a little bit more.
No, it's just like you're sitting
adulty.
there, and then like somebody's just talking about anything, and then you bust in with
It's like-
some kind of innuendo, and then they're like, oh,
That's not
funny."
what she said.
Okay, and then it goes on to the next person. Exactly.
And then it just like keeps on going like telephone until
Yeah.
it gets very obscure and funny.
Yes. Yeah.
Where there's kissing games or whatever, like there's 7
spin
minutes
the
in
bottle
heaven.
and,
In heaven, I said
I
spin
never-
the bottle,
yeah,
and it's like
I never did 7 minutes in heaven.
when you
I guess I did once.
good makeout session.
Yeah.
Ooh yeah, feeling around.
just feeling around to see what ladies are like. Yeah, no, I guess it did it was kind of like 7 minutes in heaven kind of thing. It was like 10 minutes in 10. That's the hillbilly Joyce equivalent.
10 minutes in a tent.
Said it was 7 minutes in heaven.
Yeah,
because
it takes some extra time in
We
a
called
tent,
it
just-
10 minutes in 10. Yeah, because it takes you
10
some
and
time
10.
to get in the 10. Then you gotta zip the
Zip
10
it up, and then you have to like put on your white noise machine so people don't hear you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny.
'Cause that's awkward.
Weirdly awkward.
Productions. Name of company. Okay. Yeah.
So out there, summer's coming up, getting together outside. Let's do some yard games.
Oh fuck! I love me some yard games. Big fan of ladder ball.
Ladder ball is my top. Yes, I'm so happy you said ladder ball.
Dude, I fucking
this is
love
so
ladder
good,
ball.
man. And you
You
remember?
can't send the heat too much. I remember Ian playing. I remember playing with
God
Ian.
bless his
Rest
soul,
in
man.
peace, Ian Beard. We
Oh.
miss you.
Drink to that.
Fucking miss you, man. We're gonna have a little drink to you.
He would just send him down the line, just like he was
It was,
trying to break it.
yeah. He would literally knock down the fucking shit, just no, and he'd hit the top ring and it'd wrap around and
Okay, so we
the whole
need
thing
to
would fall
explain ladder ball. So ladder
yeah.
ball is a game where there is a stand and it has 3 rungs like a ladder.
Yep.
And each rung has points 1, 2, and 3. I don't know. Some people play 1 is the top,
PVC
and 3
piping.
is the bottom.
Yeah.
You can buy it at Walmart. It's a
Yeah.
thing.
You
People
can buy
know
it
about
anywhere,
it. I
or
guess
make
we
it
don't
yourself.
have to. I made it myself with PVC pipe and
I remember.
to make the I don't know what you'd call them, the thing that you throw. I took golf ball wiffle balls, and then I took paracord and I tied 2 of these wiffle ball golf balls together.
Because they're
and then
usually around golf ball size, filled with sand
Yeah, and then
on
I
a rope
filled it with
that
sand.
you throw towards the ladder and it wraps around.
Like, what's that thing? What's that trap called that you throw? Is it called a bolo?
Yeah, I think so.
Where you
Let's just say yes.
throw things and it
It's like
wraps around their feet
yeah,
and they
it's like
all
the
of a sudden
tie.
can't move.
It's like the tie, the bolo tie.
Oh,
You
okay.
You throw it around your neck and it just kind of wraps around like that and sticks out.
Oh, you have better tie skills than I do, sir. Because I have one that I do, but I still got to look that shit up on YouTube if I want to get a certain one.
Another friend too.
At least I don't call you up to be
whenever-
like, Jake, you need to come over and tie my tie, man. I
Dude,
can't do
no,
this. I'm having
no.
a hard
He's-
time.
he's
you need to
like-
come over right now.
Can I borrow your shirt and your tie? Can you tie your tie?
on me.
on your shirt before you bring it over. So all I have to do is pull it tight. Yeah, dude, I got you. I used to wear a fucking tie every day for work, so I've done that once or twice.
I thought you were gonna say I used to put on people's ties for work.
Yeah,
Like
no,
you're just like at a tie shop.
So for years I was a butler. And that's my other accent. I'm going to use my British accent.
Not British.
My Cockney accent.
I love the British in their accent. I love how they call
I can't watch their shows, though.
a hood of a car is called a bonnet. I like that. And the trunk is called the boot.
And a fanny pack means a totally different thing over there.
Exactly. Look it up.
So I think we're probably getting pretty close to taking
let's
a
take a
break
little break
here.
and
But
listen to a short little thing that we made up, and we'll come back with a thing. And if you want to say anything else, Jake, let them know now.
sports suck, so we're not going to talk about that.
This episode has been brought to you by Few and Far Between Incorporated. Few and Far Between Incorporated also sponsors Jake's Sex Life.
Whoa. Oh, hey, whoa. Hey, no, that's accurate, but still stings. Oh, God. Too real, man. It's too real.
Like and share. Are they hearing us?
This is Multi Jokes Podcast. Thank you for coming back.
So we did beer games, ring swing, fucking beer pong, King's Cup. Shall we go in? The elephant in the room for me is computer games. I play computer games. I make computer desks. I love, like,
Jake is a console guy. I am an Xbox fella myself.
The first check.
Always been a console
Here's a story
person.
For you. The very first check that I got when I was working at the cabinet shop downtown was for an Xbox and Halo.
Ooh.
And I think I bought like maybe one extra controller, which was great. It's like, I can. It's no good if I have this by myself, but it's awesome if I have this with friends.
Yeah.
And Halo is actually a big thing that, like, Will, our former producer,
yeah.
I used to go over to his house and we would have Halo games that was 16 people at max. Like, when we had 4 Xboxes linked up,
Jesus.
4 different TVs, with each TV having 4 people on the screen.
That's so much more than I've ever done. Yeah,
It was
no idea.
ridiculous. And we would hoot and scream and holler, and his parents were really cool. They didn't like kick us out or anything, but they said, "Shut up!
Yeah.
Just shut up!"
It's Halo.
No, they didn't say that. They
I
were very
never-
nice.
I never really got into Halo myself. Like I played a lot of video games, and then I kind of stopped playing around Halo, and then got back into it like around Halo 4.
There's like, I don't even know how many there are right now, but I play on the computer Halo now, which is Halo Infinite is the current, and it's fun. It's great. Good old times.
I just never got into that particular game, but like I have played a lot of video games in my life. I really like indie games. I love indie games where it's just kind of I like games where it's like really good artistry, and you're just kind of making your way through that kind of like 2-dimensional kind of game where you're just kind of making your way through like.
So it's like a story that is being told by the creator.
Yeah.
And you're along for the ride, and it's much more like a cinematic and a experience, as well as a game where you're like
very
going around
much
and trying to progress through the levels.
And I love those kind of indie games, but I'm also like at heart like I'm a first person shooter. Like I fucking love like all the
Me and my rifle.
Oh.
Here we go.
all the BioShock games. Obviously Fallout. I mean, I have my whole entire right arm, my whole sleeve is tattoo sleeve is Fallout. Like Fallout is one of my favorite games. Probably no, actually, because of the tattoos, I think it's my.
I think it is your favorite
I think it's
game.
my favorite game of all time, and it's just like playing.
And it's because it's a great story and it's
the
great
story
artistry
behind it and the artistry and just it's like playing a novel.
Right.
Because there's so much backstory and stuff to all the different places that you go to and all the different things. It's a lot of people play like Skyrim and stuff like that. It's from Bethesda. It's all the same.
Yeah, Bethesda.
Bethesda
Who made
is
Morrowind way back in the day. I have that on my Xbox. I bought that recently
yeah.
for Xbox, an old console, so I could play Morrowind on old Xbox, and I have a game.
Yeah. And they started out with Fallout in like the 80s. It was like it was not like it was kind of a turn-based game with just all the dialogue and stuff and all the stories and stuff. And then it eventually like came to what it is now and stuff. But yeah, Bethesda, great fucking company. Everything that they do.
Yeah, so much depth, and that's really cool.
And the CEO is married to Wonder Woman.
Oh shit.
From the 70s. What's her fucking name? God, how am I forgetting her name? I know exactly.
"Fun
I know
fact."
exactly who she is.
Something.
Well, everybody who's listening is like, "Oh, they're yelling it right now. Like, it's so and so. The Wonder Woman from the 70s is married to the CEO of Bethesda.
Oh shit.
Like this nerd got Wonder Woman, and that is a happy fucking story.
That is a good one.
Great fucking company. Great games. And yeah, Fallout is my favorite. There's so many stories. I mean, you could just sit there and ask me about my arm, and I could just tell you like 7 different stories from the game.
All right, pull up your arm here.
No, we're not going to do that.
Oh,
right now.
okay. You cheesing me, man. I'm like, I've got your arm right here. I've got you right here. But,
One of these times we'll do a tattoo episode.
That's
where I will sit and describe all my tattoos, but I have a lot.
Okay,
That'd be
if
a
we're gonna
long
do that, then I'm
fucking-
gonna have to like
that'd be a
put
two-parter.
pictures of the tattoos
Of every single
up,
tattoo.
like, it'll be an involved thing, but we could do it. We could do it someday.
Yeah.
But let's stick to games.
And then we go into yours, and you have one tattoo.
I do have one tattoo
From a game.
Bubble Bobble.
Bubble Bobble.
Have you heard of it? Are you good at it? Have you mastered it? The bubble of the bobble. You're little dinosaurs and you blow bubbles.
Yeah.
And you encapsulate your enemies in bubbles and they float off the world.
Yeah.
So I guess you're filled with helium or something.
Yeah, I don't know what the basis of that game was, but
It was fun. It was
remember
the very
playing it.
it
I
was the
remember playing
very
it.
first game that me and my
and I
brother
remember when you got that first tattoo
Yeah.
of that, and I was like, yes. And then you got one with your brother. Got the other one, right?
He is gonna get it. He is
What?
not-
He never got it?
He never got it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
I
supposed to
thought he
be
was
like a, but really, I think it means a lot more to me.
Just get the other one on your other leg.
And yeah, maybe I ought to just get the other one.
Just
on
be
the
like,
other leg.
fuck you.
Yeah. Let's see. So we've got the one I'm playing right now is Valheim. It's a computer game, and it's Norse Viking survival game. You
Kind of like
you spawn in your underwear.
7 Days to Die.
7 Days to Die.
If anybody
survival,
plays that, or
create.
it's like Minecraft, but much more.
Survival and building your own base and fort and whatnot, and then
Yeah.
you deal with the environment that you're in. It's really fun, and I've got quite a few hours into it now. It is still doing good. It came out like 2 years ago, I think, and it's fun. But you know, if you want to talk about that, you got to join my Discord channel, and that's a whole nother thing. I don't know. Maybe I'll link that somewhere sometime. But if you want into my Discord channel, all are welcome. You got to get into my Discord channel.
I know. I'm never gonna play that.
That way we can hang out and talk. Like instead of like calling each other, we can just like be on the
Discord.
Yeah. Mario Kart.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Mario Kart.
It's like, oh, finally. Talking about fucking Mario Kart. Yeah, one of my favorite games of all time. Like especially the original one. The
Super NES, Nintendo 64 is the one that really hit it for me.
Oh, they have
a Super
Nintendo
NES
64 was really good.
Yeah,
But yeah, the
they had a Super Nintendo one.
And when it was the level with the ghost, and you were like on the boardwalk.
Yeah.
On the water. Fuck, I hate that level.
You're like, I'm not gonna play.
God, I hate that level so much. But yeah, the N64, like going around the island and stuff to begin with. Rainbow Road.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Brings back.
Pause for a second about like seeing like the transition of video games from like very a couple pixels up until like 3D that Nintendo 64
from Pong to or from Donkey Kong or
from
Donkey Kong Country.
Donkey Kong Country,
which was great, but then you go to like the newer Donkey Kong where it was like you could go all around the island and stuff. That was just totally
I don't know
huge.
if I played that one, but
you didn't play the.
I played Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong Country 2,
Donkey Kong Country 3.
I don't think I played 3. I think I stopped after 2.
Oh my god, we should have kept on going 3.
Goddamn. Well, we still got time. We can do this. We could probably find those games on eBay.
Oh, I know. Well, actually, I looked up like buying some of the older systems. They don't like make them anymore or anything. It's expensive to.
But they do have retro versions of the consoles that you can get.
But they don't have all
They're
the
emulators.
games that I want to play.
But so there is a way to download those games, and they're called ROMs and emulators. This is when I had a computer, I downloaded like Game Boy emulators and Super Nintendo emulators so I could play all those games, and all I had to do was download them. And they're called ROMs.
I just want to play Battletoads again.
Dude, Battletoads was sick! Dude, oh, yes. Yeah!
Oh,
dude, me and my brother
Battletoads.
love it, like they
me and my
kick it and
brother.
their foot gets all big in the screen.
Yeah,
Like they're just
yeah,
like,
and they like, yeah. Me and my brother used to play that all the time.
Dude, my brother and I too.
Yeah, I think
that's great.
I think
that was a good
most
brothers
kids
game.
In the '90s, brothers played.
We enjoyed the
Battletoads.
peak of Battletoad Incorporated.
Yeah. This episode is brought to you by Battletoad Incorporated. Hopefully, they're still not around, and they're not going to sue us.
You just don't sue us.
Please,
did you just not hear how we enjoyed you? Please don't. Please don't
sue us. So for the last thing I want to go into, really quickly is one of my favorite games. Is back to board games. I used to play this game, and a lot of people have played it with me. It was called Dealer McDope,
and I've played that with you one
Yes.
time. Dealer McDope.
I'm pretty sure this. I mean,
So it's an
I'm
amalgamate.
I'm blanking on the year that it originally came out, but I think it was either 1969 or 1972 when it originally came out, and it was basically Monopoly, but like you have a certain amount of money, and when you go around one
Instead of
section of
Monopoly
the
with
map.
real estate, it's you're
drugs.
going to places
Yeah.
and you're buying drugs.
You're buying drugs.
and then you're landing in other places and you're selling the drugs, right?
Exactly. So it'd be like, okay, so you're going into Guadalajara, and like it was like you had to get past all these different things that would happen to you before you could get to the spot where you could use your money, buy drugs, and then come back through, and then you go back into like the U.S. or whatever, and then you would go back
sell
up
all the stuff that you're on.
into that area, and all this stuff would happen, and then you'd be able to sell your drugs for however much, make the money, go back around, and go back to wherever, you know.
Yeah. That was a really fun game, and it's also like it's kind of funny because it involves also they want you to be like smoking weed like the entire time.
Yes. So
you
we
do
didn't
it.
really go with the whole game because it literally says like you landed here in, you know,
Bangkok.
and you have to stop and smoke 3 joints before you rejoin the group. And like back then it was like you had to smoke 3 fucking joints. Now
Be it they're pinners, but you had to smoke 3 of them.
yeah. And in 1969
It was like
was
those.
not as potent.
It wasn't as
it
potent.
was leafy.
For sure.
Like you could smoke a couple pinners and then jump back in the game. So we would make it like, all right, take 3 hits, and now you're back in.
Okay, yeah. Not 3 joints, 3 hits.
Yeah.
For the proper conversion of 1962 weed to 1990.
Yeah, to 2014 weed. You're gonna have to, you know, take 2 hits.
Yeah.
All right, now you're back in. But yeah, that was a fun game, and that was like it was like Monopoly, but it lasted for fucking hours, man. There was all these things about the CIA and the FBI, and like it was really funny, like hippie propaganda
Yeah, it's
kind of game.
the writing on it is great. I loved
God.
reading what all the things were
and all the
then-
drawings and
yeah.
doodles that go onto
Yeah.
it. But yeah, I looked into it, and just to buy the board, or not even a board, just to buy the top sheet for it without
Just the graphics.
without the fucking game pieces and all the cards, and you know, 'cause
None of all that is okay. Yeah.
it's like $300 just to buy the board. So
Yeah, there are
I
cheaper
don't know
ways
if
to do
we'll
it.
ever get to play that again, but
Maybe someday we'll get a group together and
Dealer McDope,
play some Dealer McDope.
or maybe not. But
Um,
yeah, that was a fun game.
Also, the other game that I'm playing right now is Dungeons and Dragons.
Dragons.
Which is the very first role-playing game.
Do you like dragons?
I'm not gonna answer that.
Okay, no. And if you know the end to that,
you
know.
It's a role-playing game, and it's a dice game, and it's an imagination game. There are boards that you can put your figurines on because you're playing as these like adventurers.
D&D has been around for
I'm
a
explaining
long
it to
fucking
people
time.
that are cool and don't know what D&D
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
So, so
basically somebody
as adventurers traveling through a
makes
land,
up a story
and a story is told to you, and there are
options.
paths that you can take throughout your journey.
It's a choose your own adventure.
It is a choose your own adventure.
Which I used to read those books all the time.
And it's not like it's a choose your own adventure that you don't have to be confined to what the author wants to write about. It's like
Yeah.
you could just make it all up on your own. You're like, I'm gonna climb this grassy hill and I'm gonna do a backflip, and let's just roll the dice to see if I land on my head or on my feet.
And they're like, why are you even doing that? Just be like, shut up. It's Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons. No, it's fun, and you need to have a good DM, a dungeon master, to guide you through and to tell you about what's going on.
Yeah.
Right now we're playing with we got a group of 6, and
you're new to this, right?
very new. This
Very
is this is my first campaign at 36. So
So
took a while.
you're never too old to get into Dungeons and Dragons.
Hell yeah!
Yeah. No, that's awesome. No, like I said, I want to.
And it's a dice game. It's a dice game. You get
Jump
to
on
roll
these
for
things.
things to like.
Just be like,
Does
I
that
want,
actually
I want
work or
this
not?
to happen, and you're like, they're like, 1, it didn't happen,
It
or
really didn't happen. In fact, it reversely happened.
yeah,
You know, like
and now
that
you,
sort of
yeah,
thing. Now, instead of you being turned into a frog or them turned into a frog, now you are turned
Yeah.
into a frog. Like, abracadabra, I turned myself into a frog. Like, okay. This has been a weirdly awkward production.
but wait,
Jed, God damn it, you just get out there and you go milk, you just go pick up cow shit, okay, for the rest of the day. Yeah, that's what you get to do now that you
milk the cow shit, great.
milk the cow shit. Squeeze all the liquid out of it before you put it into a pile. And that's what I want you to do.